Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Northgard, where today we're probably going back to Northgard mode. I did a little bit of looking around and it seems like all Ragnarok mode does is give you that like burned out map with the volcano at the center of it. I don't think that the rock golem thing is bad. Like, that's a cool event when you suddenly have to build up a bunch of mines or you have to deal with the rock golems, but I don't like the fact that it removes the possibility of there being a map victory objective, because I like the positional awareness that causes. So I think we're going to move back to Northgard mode and just bump the world hostility up to high, because I did like expansion being more difficult, us having to be more aware of threats in our surroundings. So with that, let's go ahead and pick the Snake Clan. Cunning and deceitful, the snake has little regard for fame or honor. Members of the clan prefer working in the shadows and using guerrilla tactics rather than open warfare. So we know a little bit about these guys. They have the war chief thing where they get their war chief for free, and she levels up over the course of the game. So you start with your war chief. Iron is not needed to summon her. Obviously, no resources are needed to summon her the first time, but I assume what they're saying here is that if she dies, you don't need iron to rehire her. And the clan just does not have the fame resource. Signy grows up, getting stronger and unlocking new abilities instead. Okay. That actually is interesting. Well, hold on. Let's read the rest of the abilities first. So she starts at 15, at 16 she moves faster, and she has a ranged attack, which seems like actually kind of a big deal. You saw how inconvenient the pathing issues in close combat can be sometimes. So having a war chief strength attack that isn't bound by positioning actually seems like a big deal to me. At age 18, Signy can use Scorched Earth to burn any area for 3 months. Yeah, it would be pretty scorched. In the burned zone, minus 50% production, and snake units and buildings get plus 50% attack. Okay. So you want to use it in a place, like, to take advantage of the production penalty. You use it in a place to, like, prep that place for attack. You want to do it probably considerably before your attack, I guess, to get maximum benefit out of it. Although, of course, any place that you burn, they're going to know you plan on attacking. I don't know. We'll figure it out. And also, Signy moves faster and can move through tiles with foes without engaging combat. So she doesn't aggro people. I don't know if, like, the moves faster obviously is valuable. I don't know if that second part has any real application. I can't think of one anyway. I'm sure there's a good reason that's cool. And our unique relic unlocks another military path once you have unlocked one. Okay. We did see during that last game that it is totally possible, if you are fighting other players, to get to the end of a military path and then still be getting military XP. So clearly we are very fighty. We are a very fighty faction, which makes the absence of fame kind of an interesting thing. That means that we might actually be positioned to go for a real military victory, and actually eliminate the other player's victory. I will say, it's not my favorite victory type, because it is, in my opinion, a little bit tedious. Like, around the time when you have eliminated, once you are winning against the second enemy player, it's very obvious that you have won the game, and then you still just have to, like, play out the rest of it in a way that's kind of tedious. Let's get some early scouting going. I mean, we know how this goes, right? We don't see a lot of indications of what the tiles around us hold. Oh, did I see movement in the fog over here? Actually, it looks like it might be a wolf. Okay, what do we have over here? I should turn on the labels. Okay, we have an early source of iron, which is maybe less important for this clan than it is for any other clan, since the thing you want early iron for is summoning your war chief. I'm gonna pull you back. We need food, it turns out. Okay, a shipwreck. Shipwrecks are always welcome. And there's early stone over there. Let's send Signy over and see how she does. So an ordinary warrior loses pretty badly against 2 wolves, and obviously an ordinary war chief would completely destroy them. Okay, so she is definitely a lot better than a warrior, even at her lowest level. Okay, there's certainly something to be said. Ooh, this tile can hold 4 buildings. That's nice. And this tile has a real beach, so it's a place where we could build a second shipyard. I think I'm going to grab this tile first, and we're going to build this farm. as quickly as possible. Let's actually get a second person on woodcutting. Obviously, you want to build the farm as early in the first summer as you can, or if you can't really get it going early on, it might even be best to wait until winter to build it. Build it so that it finishes right as winter is ending. I like this the security that we are afforded by these rocks here. There is still a path between these two tiles, so we do need to explore this. Oh, we are temporarily starving. Hey you, go work food for a moment. Not a good idea to leave your people at 0 food and falling. It'll get a little bit easier once we have the farm finished, obviously. And then we do have a runestone available. You know what? We should go look at our unique knowledges so that we know if we want to really rush something here. Okay, so first of all, stolen lore. Steals lore from other clans. Boy, I wish that tooltip contained any information at all. Like, when it says steals lore from other clans here, it could mean that we get some portion of the other clans' like lore income. It could mean that we get some lore income based on the total amount of lore accumulated by other clans. There could be factors that affect the game, you know, distance might matter or something. There's no numbers or mechanics in this tooltip at all. This is terrible. So maybe this is really important. Maybe we should be headed for this, but we don't know. Under Pressure gives 2 happiness and 2 food for each enemy clan that has any of your military units stationed to or next to or within their borders. Okay, so you want to be threatening people. That seems very powerful, actually, once you start meeting the other players. Increases skirmishers' attack power by 20%, and they are less affected by the attack penalty from their distance to Town Hall. Okay, this is probably a good game to mess around with the skirmishers. We don't really know anything about them yet. Guerrilla Tactics permanently increases military units' attack power by 2% for each enemy civilian killed, stacking up to 20 times. That seems really powerful, so we definitely want to be doing a little bit more like hit-and-run raiding gameplay early. Probably that's true, like, even last game that was probably true. It's a good idea to just reduce the population of enemy armies, but you've seen, sometimes I get a little overwhelmed. There's a lot of stuff happening in this game. Black Market, this gives a smaller bonus to merchant crown output than the thing that's normally in this slot. But also plus 75% crowns when trading with an enemy clan, which deteriorates relations rather than improving them. You can trade even when at war, which is normally not true. And enemy clans do not get the resources. So we still pay the resources, but they just disappear, and we get way more money. That's actually really interesting. Okay, we'll have to make some trading posts here. And finally, your scouts can explore ruins and shipwrecks in neutral zones. Oh, that's pretty cool. Those in your territory provide plus 2 happiness. That's ruins and shipwrecks, I'm assuming. In your territory provide plus 2 happiness, not scouts in your territory provide plus 2 happiness. Okay, well, we probably want to pick up Black Market pretty early then. And there's definitely something to be said for the clan-agnostic growth path of going sharp axes into colonization, into recruitment, getting population speed boost. I'm just thinking, like, the earlier you can get happiness, the larger the amount of people that it grants to you over the course of the game, and we do already know where there's a shipwreck and a ruin. Kind of think we want to beeline for rapacious exploitation, so we're going to go to trading first. And you know, we can't win a fame victory, but we could win a trade victory if we wanted, or we could at least try it. I don't know, we'll see how the map works out. So, the whole reason I did that was I was curious whether it was sensible to apply, or to assign someone to this runestone. Honestly, I'm not really sure that it matters too much. Let's leave it empty for now, we'll just stockpile food and wood. As soon as we get to 40 food, we'll take this over, and then we'll have our scout search the shipwreck. We'll start stockpiling stone. And we should get there pretty quickly. Farms really do produce a lot of food during the summer. So for now, I guess we just chill. Okay, there's a forest with some iron in it over here. Check this way for me. Some Draugr in the mist over there. Do we see anything? Nothing identifying, really. Okay, let's grab this. I wonder I wonder about Signy. I wonder if she will heal naturally when she levels up. Like when she becomes 16 years old, is she replaced by a totally new unit? I think I'm gonna finish exploring. No, you know what? That's silly. Go get the lumber. Get it right away. So what do we need next? Of course we need a dock. We need a brewery. We're getting fairly low on happiness. And we could use a military building. We could use a scavenger building. A skirmisher building. Also, there's definitely something to be said for just building a mine here. Getting that stone coming in. Yeah, I guess the next thing that we'll do is build a mine. Gonna make it to 100 food pretty soon. We might want to just do our first feast before winter. It's not totally ideal to be feasting during winter because obviously the feast has a percentage yield bonus as part of its thing, and your base values go down during the winter, so you're getting less out of the percentage bonus that way. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and run it right now. And this guy's gonna finish building this mine, but then I think I'm gonna pull him back to food? Because actually, we should probably be gathering food during the feast. Like, let's reconstruct the stockpile, but this will help us get more wood and stuff as well. It always feels a little bit bad to have people building things during the feast, so I might hold off on any more construction. Maybe I should have people mining stone right now. You know what I should have is I should have a second person assigned to the lumber camp. We need to get rid of this wolf so that we aren't getting attacked here. But I don't know that I think she could fight a wolf with this much health. Alright, all that extra lumber is going to be very helpful. Man, I forgot how much it is. 200 is just such a huge amount. Okay, well the feast has ended, so let's get back to doing stuff. First of all, I think a longship dock is a pretty good idea. Secondly, I think we can have 2 people get on stone mining. Oh, you know what? We actually really need a house. Yeah, we're totally in a population cap, briefly. Okay. So we have lots of non-food gathering stuff for our villagers to do. We should actually probably be a little bit careful about that. We do want to make sure that we have a good stockpile of food going into the winter, especially since at the moment none of our sources of food are winter safe. Yeah, where might we find... Okay, there are fish over here. Also bears. There's a lot of bears in the middle of the map. We'll have some villagers go out and start raiding as soon as winter hits. For right now, I want them gathering food. Just trying to make sure that that stockpile is solid. What else do we want to build for the moment? I guess that brewery is maybe a thing. Hold on, let's wait. We'll start constructing the brewery. Well, it doesn't make sense to just sit on 0 food. I was gonna say we could wait and have them build during the winter when they are less good at things that are not building, but we really do want that happiness situation resolved as quickly as possible. And also this situation as quickly as possible. Let's see what our food income looks like once the winter proper starts. I think we're going to be a little bit negative. Actually, we might be more than a little bit negative. Oh, and we're being attacked. Yep, wolf spawns. Just going to be like non-stop wolf spawns until we can kill this thing. And sadly, you can't have civilian units run out of your territory. So we probably do need to build an actual military structure. Or just a healer's hut, I guess, would do the job. Okay, so there's a little alcove over here with some more stone in it. I mean, we're going to have to build some actual military units, because I don't know how long it's going to be before Signy can fight a bear by herself, but we have a number of bears that we have to defeat here. And even a normal full health war chief doesn't actually beat a bear by themselves. Get on that. And as soon as winter starts, so we're -5 immediately. That's a little worrying. That's more than I thought it was going to be. Alright, let's get this upgraded. I think we're still going to be okay. I think this is probably the next upgrade. We don't have a forest anywhere. Okay, there's a forest way over here. I mean, it's not that far away. We could get to that. 16 stone left in there, so we're going to end up on 20, which means only 2 more real building upgrades from this particular stone deposit. It's not totally ideal. I was going to have 2 people start with this. We probably should. But we'll have to keep an eye on food. We may have to set some people back on food gathering, even though it's inefficient, just because that is a very serious rate of loss. And the next thing we build probably ought to be a healer's hut. We can build over here. But I guess it's going to be a moment before it's safe to do that. Still got like 2 more months of actual winter left, and yeah, unfortunately I think we're going to have to just kind of sit here through a lot of it. And this upgrade will happen in just a second here, and it will be valuable immediately. Yeah, see, look at that. It doubled our wood income. And then the healer's hut really should be the next thing we spend wood on. I'd really love to assign a second person here, but I just don't think the numbers make sense on that. Once we've colonized this, we can we'll gain a couple of sheep, which will help with winter wood problems as well. Okay, we can see another player's border. We don't know anything about them yet, but it's good to know where they are. Especially since it looks like we may be invested in murdering them. I'm going to make sure that I grab the scout and have him pushing out toward the center of the map. Okay, I think we're going to be okay. I think winter's going to end before we run out of food. We still might have to pull some people back, though. I mean, we're producing more population pretty rapidly. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, so let's definitely take Black Market. I usually like shipbuilding a lot, but we'll make a trading post and we'll trade wood with blue or something. Alright, when winter ends here, let's see what our food supplies are at. Okay, food's good. And, okay, Signy healed. She didn't heal fully, but she healed. She's healed enough that she can take this wolf out, I'm sure. Okay, she's hitting considerably harder already, too. She's just overjoyed with herself, really. Alright, so we need to colonize more areas. We need more space. Which means we need more food. We don't really have a lot of good food sources. We just gotta leave people on food gathering, which feels horrible. It's very inefficient. Alright, let's cut one of the lumberjacks. And I mean, we have one more villager who's gonna get generated here. Oh. Okay, that'll help. These people can become food gatherers as well. Are we gonna make it to 80? Blue is the Clan of the Wolf. Okay, Clan of the Wolf tends to be pretty aggressive, pretty fighty. I see that we have a giant. As we saw last game, it takes a long time for a trading play with the giants to really work out. Oh, Blue's gonna totally hem us in here. That's a problem. We need to expand, like, more quickly. I need to not get cut out of the middle of the island. Well, we're producing an amount of food that will actually allow us to to grow. That's good. Scout's taking damage while out here scouting. I don't know how much more out here scouting we need to do, frankly. We could probably pull you back pretty soon. Alright, let's take this over. There's nothing hostile here, so we can just grab this next. The Draugr are probably a little bit of a project. We're not going to be ready to deal with them right away. Have the sheep come back. We could just slaughter the sheep. They produce 80 food each. That would allow us to grab this area, like, immediately. You know what? I think I'm going to take that acceleration. Sorry, little sheep. If it makes you feel any better, you're really helping the cause here. Alright, I'm going to let this scout finish checking this area out. Just a little bit more information. And then coming back to explore the ruins that we just claimed. And then probably, you know, actually becoming a functional member of society again. We are rapidly approaching our housing limit and our happiness limit. Yeah, it's all a problem. Alright, well, we need this upgrade probably next. Scout. Get back here. Alright, so we'll get some lore and some money from this. Money, of course, much more useful if you have a trading post. We need a second... what do you call it? We need a second logging camp. Pretty badly, I think. I guess this one's upgraded and only had one person working at it. Maybe let's try out the rate of gain with that actually fully staffed before we go deciding that. We have a ton of room to build here, so this can also be where we put this down. And then once we have a healer's hut, we can start picking at the Draugr one by one. They won't generate new ones here, so if Signy can stand in the space for long enough to kill just one of them before she has to retreat, that'll be good enough. I have another sheep. I totally have a third sheep. Okay, you can go hang out over here. Let's grab Carpentry Mastery. We could have tried to rush Carpentry Mastery before getting any upgrades. I don't necessarily think it's that big of a deal. Definitely going to take this the moment we can. Alright, let's make sure we are keeping people happy. I really, really, really would love to start clearing this before winter hits. In case you're wondering why I'm pulling so many people off of food. I just need Signy to get healed up. This tile is maybe more important, but it's also kind of awkward to hold on to. Like it's the only tile we've seen that has a food source that still functions at full efficiency during the winter. Ooh, what is... Oh, it's just a stone circle. I thought it was something special. But it's just a weird looking stone circle. Alright, you're probably done for the moment. Why don't you go back here and heal? Alright, we have a ton of money. We really, really need to get a trading post going. A marketplace, rather. We do need a trading post as well, but a marketplace probably should come first. We can start putting some of this money to good use. So I wonder, she doesn't gain new abilities when she turns 17, but I wonder if she does still get stats up. Right now she has 13 attack, 9 armor, and 65 health. We'll try to keep an eye on that. She is a shadowy leader with no regard for morals. I mean, teenagers, right? What else do we want to upgrade? I guess what we want to do before we do any other upgrades is get some more stone, because right now we couldn't upgrade anything even if we wanted to. Alright, she's about full, so we're going to have her run in here and try to burn one of these guys down before she gets killed. Even if she can't do that, if she can just do significant damage, and yeah, she's not gonna get the job done. But we can do that, pull her back in here, heal her up, and start picking at them one by one. Even if we can't move into this tile before winter, I really want these guys dead before winter because I don't want them, you know, spawning a rush on us. Okay, so we have enough resources now. Or sorry, we have enough money. It takes a little while for the resources to build up in the marketplace. So we're still not actually ready to do anything with all that money. I guess let's build a skirmisher camp. Let's build some military stuff. That's a thing we can do with all our money, and I want to see what skirmishers actually do. I'm going to let her heal back to full, because she got pretty low, while even just doing this much damage. I want to make sure we get him on the second attempt. We're running out of happiness again already? I mean, I guess our population's pretty solid for this point in the game. We're going to need house upgrades. House upgrades are cheaper, but yeah, still not... 2 stone is still not enough. Alright, that's good. Get in here and get a kill. We're going to grab Rapacious Exploitation. That'll provide us with some extra happiness. Alright, got one. I will heal up and try again soon. We're not going to be able to kill them, sadly. Still good to get some of them down, though. I should probably stop having people do stuff. Let's stay focused for a minute here. Stockpile some more food for winter. See, we don't see any other ruins or anything just yet. We do see yellow land up here. So we have to be a little bit careful about the Wolf Clan. The Wolf Clan, let's see, he was visible briefly. Yeah, they have a special war chief who is way more powerful than the normal war chief. Just absolutely terrifying. He's also more fragile than the normal war chief, but he's definitely a great danger to us. Let me see if I can kill this one before winter falls. Because as soon as winter falls, we lose a bunch of attack power when we're outside of our territory. I would love to have this thing down by then. She's not going to get him. Alright, step back over. Just get healed a little bit. Come on, come on, come on, come on. She only needs to hit him like 2 or 3 more times, I think. Just need a little health boost. Okay. That was way closer than I should have let that get. But it's something. Alright, fallen sailors will appear at the end of winter. We're doing alright on food. I really hate how much food we're losing. But there's only so much we can do about it, unfortunately. Alright, let's get our trading post running. I guess at the moment I really wouldn't want to trade anything, though. We don't need the trading post just yet. So we need the things that we would be selling way more than we need the currency from selling them. So... yeah, there's nothing we can really do for the moment to improve our food income during the winter here, except not let ourselves population cap. That's fairly important at the moment. I just realized that we were pushing toward the cap again. An unknown clan has become Thane. I mean, yellow. It's the yellow clan. The text is in yellow. They're not that unknown. I wonder if we could just take this dude even with the winter fighting penalty. I don't know. It's probably not worth it. Let's just hang out. So I do think we need this. I think this should be our next colonize. I think we should finish clearing this tile, but then this should be our next colonize. So we're going to have to fight a bear. Yeah, but we also got to... I guess I got to keep Signy back for the moment, because she's got to be ready to fight the fallen sailors. Yellow's already on Freya's Blessing, which means they're 2 whole knowledges ahead of us. Yellow might be our first priority target, actually. What does it take to upgrade the scout camp? Only 4 stone? Alright. That's a thing we're going to have to do, because we're going to have to check out Yellow's territory and get in there and murder them, probably. Remember, we can just buy some food if it looks like we're going to starve. I think we're gonna need to buy once. I'll just go ahead and do it. But also it'll help us put together the food necessary for these expansions. We really need the stone over here. It's another 35, which That'll buy us something. Right now, I guess you guys can just go gather food. You know, actually, I don't think we are going to end up having to... it's not going to be the case that I had to buy that food, I don't think. Alright, where are the Spectral Sailors coming in? We actually have a pretty long coastline. I was trying to keep her in position to also fight Draugr in case one spawned. Man, I really need winter to end. Okay. I said that as winter was ending. So they're over here. Alright, you guys back up a little bit. Boy, we're really not killing these things very quickly. Hey guys, I'm gonna need some... We need some bodies over here. Just if you guys could come over here and just punch a ghost for me for a bit. I think we can put the farmers back in here now safely too, because I think the ghosts will continue fighting Signy no matter what. Trying to get her to attack the one that everybody else is attacking. There we go. A little bit of focus fire. Okay, turns out we're gonna need healers again, pretty quickly. And then as soon as Signy's got reasonable health, we're clearing this tile and buying a bunch of food and expanding rapidly. We're gonna have to probably make some skirmishers and go fight a bear with them. I guess let's make a skirmisher and just see what their deal is. So I noticed only 15 crowns to train the first one. That's quite a bit cheaper than most units. Okay, Signy requires just 150 crowns, which is what we knew. Lightweight military units that trade offense and protection for mobility and cloaked. I'm sure they mean cloaked. Can hide from foes unless war is declared in the zone. Okay. Interesting. So you are a melee unit. 10 attack, 4 defense. Okay. That's an alright unit. Alright, hold on a second. Let's figure this out. So we got Rapacious Exploitation. We're already benefiting tremendously from the happiness. Probably this is when we pick up Under Pressure, right? Because we're now going to start expanding toward other players. For each enemy clan having any of your military units stationed next to or within their borders. So if we take this tile right here and just keep one military unit on it, that unit will be worth +2 happiness and +2 food. Seems pretty okay. Now, my concern here is that we may not... Hold on, I'm going to have these guys fall back. We may not actually be able to kill this bear just yet. And I don't think I'm actually going to take this tile over. I think we want to... we want to take this tile first, because if I kill the bear here and the tile becomes claimable, there's a chance that blue will just colonize it immediately if we don't. So the cost is going to be 160. Alright, that's not a problem. We'll just buy some food. We got 160. Let's see if Signy plus... I'm even going to grab another skirmisher. Let's max out our warband size for the moment. So once Signy's level is 18... Oh, that's right. We should check her stats, right? 15, 9, 73. So she did gain stats when she became 17, even though her form didn't change at all. Alright, let's have Signy attack this guy and then have the other skirmishers come in and help. I do want her tanking. Yeah, we have good damage. So we want to colonize this, and then we want to build a tower here, probably immediately, because I bet Blue's not going to be a friendly neighbor. And there is, we got the fish then too. That's pretty good. We're already pushing up toward the housing limit again. So let me get somebody to do this. I like to build my towers as far away from the border as possible. I'd love to get in this back corner. Okay, there's some buildable land over there. Okay, and then we want to grab this too. So that's 200. All that money's not really doing much for us right now. We could just... Yeah, we could just go pretty hard on this. We should also build a fisherman's hut. Okay, so we'll get this. We'll get the stone. The fisherman's hut is probably a pretty high priority improvement. The farm actually is too. The farm would be really nice, but the farm is just about helping us get back to like feast levels and stuff during the summer, whereas the fishery is about us not starving to death during the winter. Obviously, both pretty important goals. So we need to build out toward yellow as well. Actually, curious. Give me one of these guys. Have them come stand here. I think this probably counts, right? This is next to a tile that is owned by another player. Let's see if our happiness jumps up when the skirmisher enters the tile. It does not. Okay. Good to know. Yeah, we're only getting +2 from under pressure. So it has to be a place with a walkable border. That makes sense. Alright, let's grab this. I think we have some time. We've established contact with some kobolds over here. Oh, and we can see red is beyond them. It's interesting that the neutrals are kind of creating a wall between us and red. Hopefully red doesn't start winning the game, or that could maybe become a problem. Oh, yeah, the healers can, for the moment, just become normal dudes again, I guess? Help us stockpile for the winter. Okay, so what's our plan now? We should probably keep gaining land as best we can, but we're gonna have to wait on food. Sea will freeze this winter, and sailors won't be able to work until it thaws. Oh, that's interesting. So we didn't talk about the lighthouse victory. This is a whole thing. I don't think we're going to bother trying for it. Whereas here it is. So if you build a lighthouse, it lets you create great trade routes, and the great trade routes acquire you, in addition to a bunch of money, this commercial influence currency. And you just have to keep them running for long enough without disruption. We're going to try something that's a little bit more fighty this game. We should probably get on the fighty thing, right? Like, we want to kill enemy civilians. Okay, let's just try to get a murder or two done really quickly. Okay, and then we disappeared back into the night. Is that's a skirmisher? So that's not a civilian. That won't raise our buff. Let's have one person go become a healer for a moment. Whenever it looks like they're not, yeah, soured relations. I suppose I did. Yeah, whenever it looks like they're not really paying attention, we need to just snipe civilians. We're gonna be real popular. Oh, I need people trading. Or, stoning. I need people stoning. Also, we really ought to come over here and build this thing, and at the very least, like, move some of our existing woodcutters over to it. Oh, they're distracted. They're fighting Droger. Hold on, you get out of here. No, finish the job, but then run. That'll show them. Alright, that's 2 stacks. Okay, so this is probably the very first new upgrade. As soon as we get to 8 stone, we do this. We'll probably not be able to feast, obviously, before winter, and we're going to lose food pretty rapidly during winter. So I'm a little worried about that. I guess it doesn't make sense to move people over to this thing until after it's upgraded. Because at the moment, they're actually producing more wood from this camp than they would from this one. The bonus from the forest space is only 10%, whereas the bonus for upgrading the camp is 20%. Oh, man. I want to try to snipe that war chief. Look at how weak he is. And now that he's dead, yeah, we get the free civilian. That was cool. 3 stacks. Oh, and we have stuff to spend. So here, I mean, we probably just grab fur coats, right? We want to be able to be aggressive whenever it makes sense for us, and we're certainly headed toward guerrilla tactics. On the subject of military experience, Tactician was pretty good to us last time. I think Warcry is powerful, and Warcry is actually a lot better for us because our War Chief has a ranged attack. When we Warcried before, all of our units except for the axe throwers stopped being able to deal damage, but that won't be the case. We could go War Effort, Bloodbath. Each time one of your units dies in enemy territory, we get a boost for a month. I mean, that's gonna happen, right? And then just like big buffs for all of our dudes. What is a Dragonkin? That's probably a unit that only the Dragon Clan has access to, huh? Skirmisher damage to watchtowers cannot be repaired. That's really neat. Oh man, maybe we want to do this. So free lore, then you're better at trading. This seems like a big deal. Well, okay, the warrior bonus is significant, the axe thrower bonus is significant, the shield bearer bonus probably isn't that big of a deal, because they already don't take very much damage from towers. The thing that kills them is the warriors that show up after they start tanking the tower damage, right? But the skirmisher damage not being repairable is pretty fun. Yeah, let's go this way. I am sure. So, we gotta unpause to actually pick our lores here. We're gonna take fur coats, and then also guerrilla tactics immediately. Or I'm gonna take feeling safe first, and we're gonna take this one as well. Okay, so we got some happiness. We'll get this, but like right now the bonus isn't large enough, I think, for it to be worth grabbing. And we're not doing as poorly on food as I thought we might. We definitely don't want to pop cap, so I'm gonna... Actually, you know what we should probably do? First of all, that thing I said. Upgrade this. Get this villager healed. Or sorry, get this villager fishing. Healing can happen later. And then we actually probably should just upgrade some houses, because, yeah, we're suffering some unhappiness from our bad houses. Oh, we're not producing enough money. Well, I think it's probably time to trading post, then. That's right, I did spend a tremendous amount of our money. Oh, I didn't end our sailors sailing before the winter. That's a thing I thought when we saw this event. I was like, okay, well, we'll stop the sailing before the winter hits and have them go do something else. And I totally spaced on it because we were fighting people. I don't know. Maybe that's why I spaced. I definitely spaced. Who knows why? Okay, so in the absence, the total absence of money. I mean, that's not acceptable. We can't have a total absence of money. People, get over here and get to work. Because if we get down to no money and also falling, I think the penalty for that is bad. I don't know. Being out of resources is bad. Big surprise. Alright, we have the trade route available, so we want to trade probably wood with Ivar. That's actually a pretty good amount of money there. Oh wow, that was really a lot of attack. I'm surprised by the ferocity of that. I was not prepared for them to have brought 5 Draugr, I think? So both of the scavengers just died. Also Signy, because I was just not, like, watching. That's annoying. That's Espy, come on, man. I looked away for a second. I was like, okay, I'm going to pull her away from battle in a moment, and then I looked up and our food was at, like, -20. I was, oh, God. Alright, it's fine. Signy's fine. We'll just resurrect her. You know, eventually. We probably didn't need her, right? Yeah, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, so we can't resurrect her anytime soon anyway. We definitely want to just be upgrading other stuff like our houses. And we want to do a couple of housing upgrades. There's another point of happiness that we can get there. Speaking of happiness, you know what else we could do? We could get a scavenger back, or a skirmisher back. Run the skirmisher up to here. And standing next to Blue's territory, he's generating half as much food as he would have as a villager, but also 2 points of happiness, which seems pretty relevant. Okay, so now we have some decent income. Need to get up to 40 money for this. I'm a little surprised to see that we, it looks like we just didn't get a map victory condition tile. Sometimes that happens, and I do like the uncertainty of it, if I'm being honest, but in this case, I'm a little disappointed, because I was really looking forward to doing one. So we have to... Alright, well, the one Draugr appearing up here is probably not a big deal. Just when it gets close to time, we're going to have to pull our skirmisher back over here. And probably, honestly, we're going to have to build a couple more military units. What I want to do first is upgrade this. Maybe that's not a first thing. No, it'll be fine. You probably don't want to build a defense tower here, because, like, I want to expand outward more. Yeah, we'll grab another skirmisher, and between the lot of us, we'll fight off the zombies. Alright, it's good to have, like, money. You, I guess, can just become one of these. Get our skirmishers over here in position. Reinforced armor and war effort, so people are hitting tier 1 on their military XP. This is kind of a bad time for this. It's always the case, right? The moment we're about to be in trouble, something else happens. And it's like, well, I gotta pay attention to that or I'll lose resource efficiency, which is the most important thing in the universe. Okay. That wasn't too bad. We didn't lose anybody anywhere. And that one guy who became a villager needs to go back to doing the other thing. Alright, Blue just got their first blessing, so... I mean, Blue's gonna try to win a violence-based victory. That's just... The Wolf Clan likes murder. We should probably start thinking about relics. We should probably build a forge. I guess this is an okay place to do that. And is Signy almost ready again? She is ready, okay. So when we generate enough money, which we will have done shortly here, we'll pop her up and then we'll be back to some kind of strength. I noticed they have not repopulated this tile. They have populated this tile. I'm just like watching for unguarded civilians on the border. Alright, we're still pretty far away from our housing. We still have some happiness. We don't have to worry too much about a lot of stuff at the moment. Let's make sure we get Signy back. And she is now 18, so she has the ability to set a building on fire for 3 months. Sorry, a group of buildings even. So this over here is kobold territory. You get something for, okay, if you kill kobolds, if you eradicate them, you get 150 XP. I mean, it's not nothing. All right, let's take a moment here. What is the most sensible thing to build? I mean, getting us another military path is probably not relevant just yet. lore bonus depending on the number of zones in your territory, and I know we've looked at all of these, but I need to look at them again. This only works in the zone that it's built in. So I think we probably want to... If we're going to build one, maybe Mjolnir is the most important one. The most sensible one to build first. Or we could just do some upgrades, like upgrading people's tools is probably pretty worthwhile. In particular, I'm thinking fishermen and farmers to make sure that we are rolling in food. Because we sure do need a lot of food. Yeah, let's do farmers first. That means we need some people to come over here and actually make that happen. Alright, it doesn't help us much to burn this area. Doesn't help us much to burn anywhere. I guess we just throw down the fire wherever we were planning to attack if we were going to attack another player. Although, honestly, at the rate we're going... Yeah, we need to fight this way and we need to kill Yellow. I'm really worried that Yellow is going to lure victory us. So, let's go fight a bear, I guess. But you know what? I upgraded that farm. But then I didn't assign a third body to it. So the farmers were working hard, but they could have been more numerous. So you know what? Let's back the bears off. Let's back you guys off. Yeah, let's let Signy do a lot of the tanking, even though of course there are risks to that. Okay, I am under attack, I'm assuming, yeah, by blue. Focus on the little units first. Well, they're doing a number on this tower, huh? Seems like a good time to boost Signy's attack and defense. Oh, come on. Throw it. Yeah! That'll show him. Alright. Well, we paid a little bit of a price there. So did they. Let's see. We have enough stuff for one more set of tools. It should probably just be the fisherman, right? I'll keep us working during the winter. And we need more military buildings. We need better military guys. Okay, so you have to build a training camp. That's interesting. You have to have a training camp before you can build the non-skirmisher military things. And I'm going to now stop raiding. Look, I remembered. You know, we could totally have a person on lore here. Now that we no longer have our sailors. Oh, that's right. This is something that needs to be upgraded. I need an upgraded scout getting into Yellow's business and figuring out where it makes the most sense for us to have at them. I mean, we may not have a lot of choices here. Our angle of approach may be largely determined by the geography. Alright, I'm a little concerned about our food. We do not have as much of a food stockpile as I would like. I think this winter is going to be harsh. Okay, I think we very much need that watchtower to be upgraded, and we probably need to just have more units in general sitting there waiting for blue to pull nonsense. I'm gonna have Signy run over and try to kill this civilian, because we know that blue's weak militarily now. I would love another stack on my thing that I haven't yet taken. Okay. Next time we get a lore, we're going to take that, because it's at 10 now? No, 8. Okay. And it's just going to keep getting better. Okay, we're only at -9 food. That's not so bad. Do I want to upgrade this? Probably not. Stone's pretty precious. There is a question about what we do upgrade next. 5% attack increase on the skirmishers doesn't feel super great. To be perfectly honest, I kind of like the idea of upgrading the longship. Obviously, we wouldn't need to do that right this second. None of the building upgrades, none of the war building upgrades are particularly great, except for the Exeter one was okay, if I remember correctly. Let's maybe get an Exeter camp, I don't know, right here on the front, where the war might happen. Insignia will just keep an eye on this territory. Anytime we see unguarded civilians near our borders, they are forfeit. We do need some, like, actual melee combat bodies. So we're about to pick up Bloodbath, which doesn't really do a whole lot for us at the moment. But veteran fighters. Veteran fighters I'm excited about. Thing is, I don't know that it makes a lot of sense for us to try to kill Blue. Blue is, you know, pretty strong as far as military threats go. I'd really like to kill Yellow so that I feel like we have a little bit more time to work with. Then we can build up to fighting Blue. So we have a maximum warband size of 6 units now. Obviously, that's not going to work. Oh no, this is the same. Maybe I was thinking of their tool upgrade. Well, I do still think this is pretty important. But maybe we should build... We should probably also build a shield bearer camp. It probably needs to wait, though. Until after the winter, when we're no longer bleeding wood. Alright, we got Bloodbath, which is kind of whatever. Alright, healers heal quickly. Oh yeah, I'm not guiding our scout. Okay, he's doing approximately the thing he needs to be doing now. He's figuring out the way into Yellow's territory, and then from there, hopefully, the way to their base. Well, we could certainly... Oh, the kobolds expanded, like, right on top of us. So kobolds are not great fighters, as you might imagine. But they are numerous, so we have to be a little bit strong to take land from them. I'm not really sure what an optimal army... I was gonna say consistency is. That's not the word I want. You know, our build. I'm not sure what balance of units we want. There's definitely an English word for expressing the idea that I'm trying to say here, and I can't think of it right now. Because of my brain. You know, I got that bad brain. You know, I am going to do this. And one of the woodcutters from over there should probably come over here now. Let's have maxed out people in this tile. Alright, Scout, I need you to show me their base, their home building. That is the most important thing in the universe at the moment. I don't think we've seen them get their second blessing, so maybe their rate of accumulation slowed down. Maybe they just got a couple of really early ruins or something. But I don't trust that. I can't be confident. Our next feast is at 2:30. All right, I think we're gonna just have people make resources for the moment. We'll get to 2:30. We'll feast, and then I'll pull people off of food and start building our army. Oh, what is that? Is that... Oh, that's just some deer. It's hard to tell. You know, through the trees, all you can see is there's something here. Get that red glow. That ominous red glow. I bet that their home territory is right here, actually. Just thinking about it, you know, it tends to be on the four opposite corners of the island. Approximately. Healer has run out of stuff to do. Well, that's probably true for the moment. It'll be an issue soon enough again. Okay, so we're still doing okay on happiness. We're still pumping villagers out. We've had like a pretty good population here. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna engage the feast. And then, I think this right here is where we're gonna call it for today. So that's going to be it for us for today. We have established our base of economic operations here. We've harassed Blue a little bit. We've killed Blue's war chief a couple of times just to let him know who's boss. Come back next time, tomorrow. We will construct an army and swiftly crush Yellow, probably. Not so much Blue, but Blue will be aware of it. We'll put him on notice. So come back for that, and we'll see you then.